This is my world.
Let's make it count.
I must practice tolerance.
GSL 시즌 1 Regeneration 마운틴드 GSL 시즌 1 Regeneration
지난 수요일 이번 시즌
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second half of the round of 8 in this GSL Code S Season 1. I'm Cases. Joined with me is special guest, No Regret. Welcome.
Second, I thought you were going to say special. I was like, wow. You can't just mix up all your players.
So today we've got for our matchups, it's going to be two Terran versus Protosses, Maru versus Deer, and Trap versus TY.
Yeah, really exciting. I would say Maru is probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest Terran of everybody. So
yeah,
I'm really excited for it. And Deer looks really, really good right now.
One thing about Maru, he has won 3 GSL Code S's in a row. It's unheard of. He's here in 2019 to win a 4th and continue that streak. I would say Deer is in some of the best form we've ever seen him, maybe since he became a Royal Roader and won a GSL Code S. So I'm very curious to see how this best of 5 is going to pan out.
Yeah, this best of 5 could go in either way. Like if you told me Deer won or Maru won, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, and it's funny too because had it been last year in 2018, I think we would all be surprised if Deer had won. But he's looking really good this season.
Maru looked so dominant last year at that time too. So
yeah.
He was like innovating TVP back then. There were nukes everywhere. Like he was just crazy.
I know. I'm very curious to see how he's going to play this out. When we get to the round of 8 in the GSL, we're in the phase where it's best of 5s. So it's much. There's a lot more planning that can go in, specifically into the matchup. A lot more deep diving into the styles of the players. Anyways, we've got a quick video, and then we're going to start our match.
일단 지금이 시즌 1이잖아요. 시즌 1부터 이렇게 8강에 올라가서 더 기분 좋은 것 같아요. 솔직히 옛날에는 엄청 편했거든요. 근데 성주가 굉장히 공격적이잖아요. 그래서 옛날에는 진짜 게임 하면서 재밌었어요. 뭔가 와 내가 이거 막어? 그리고 와 내가 이걸 이겨? 이런 느낌이 있었는데 요새는 성주가 좀 똑똑해져가지고 막 찌르면서 운영도 너무 잘 돼가지고 약간 그런 점이 좀 약간 어려울 것 같아요.
형 아무 생각 안 날 것 같아요. 전 준호 형만 아니면 뭐 아무렇지도 않아요. 모르겠는데요. 제가 남 게임에 별로 관심이 없어가지고 윤수 형 이겼을 때.
작년인 것 같아요. GSL 3회 우승했을 때. 1년 동안 열리는 GSL 3개를 다 우승을 한다는 게 정말 게이머로서 약간 동생이지만 존경스럽고 그런 부분이 있어요.
32강 강탈했을 때. 그때는 못 넣었다기보단 불쌍했어.
성주 막 2대0으로 막 지고 있을 때 막 전진바락 갈길 때 그때 좀 너무 이거 던지는 느낌이 나더라고요. 그래서 오랫동안 성적을 못 냈기 때문에 그냥 뭐 다른 선수들이 우승하는 거 보면서 약간 간절함? 그리고 윤수 형 우승도 좀 큰 것 같아요. 윤수 형이 진짜 원래는 3패 시작해서 떨어지는 거였는데 어떻게 올라가서 우승까지 하더라고요. 그래서 윤수 형도 했는데 나는 이미 해봤는데
돈이죠.
너무 천박하고 추한데? 너무 추악한데?
돈 보고 하는 겁니다. 이미 3회 우승 했기 때문에 이제 돈만 벌면 됩니다.
너 상금 랭킹 1위잖아.
더 먹어야 됩니다.
성주는 누가 봐도 굉장히 잘하는 선수고 그렇기 때문에 제가 좀 성주의 기세를 꺾어가지고 다시 제 시대로 만들고 싶네요.
솔직히 이번 시즌도 우승하고 싶어서 꼭 열심히 해서 8강도 이기도록 하겠습니다.
Okay, I really like that. Like that interview with Maru.
Maru just doesn't care.
Yeah, man. It's all about the money, man.
So what do you think about Deer? I don't actually care.
Yeah, yeah.
So why are you doing this, money? Like,
jeez. Okay, so again, Maru has not lost any GSL Codes matches in over a year.
Yeah, since last year. Well, actually,
very rarely do I get to
year.
say anything that's that profound. It's been going on in esports ever, but yeah, he won every single season that we had, all 3 of them, getting first place.
Yeah.
Deer has a special place in GSL history as well, as he's the first player to what we call a Royal Roader. The first time he qualified, he actually managed to win the tournament, but since then, he's been overshadowed by a lot of other very successful Protoss players.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping that he steps back into his former glory, and it seems like he has, kind of.
Were those stats right? Deer has a winning record against Maru, or did they have it flipped?
I did not see, actually.
I just noticed at the last second. I wasn't.
A winning record in what, though?
Like, overall.
Like in GSLs?
No, in Deer versus Maru matches. I don't think that's right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's possible.
Sorry. Anyways, Maru only recently had this. Actually, it's kind of weird to say because when you have players this successful, it's hard to. It sounds like it's almost too damning or too condemning. He didn't win the World Championships. Okay,
Yeah,
Cyril
right.
won that. Maru did it. That was one of the plot twists that happened at the very end of 2018.
Everyone wanted Cyril versus Maru, and SOS just killed that dream.
That's right.
He just killed it.
And then we ended up with that rematch of Cyril versus Stats, which was a very special finals.
Was still very good.
Anyways, here's our map lineup. Kairos Junction, Kings Cove, Port Alexander, Year Zero, and Cyber Forest. Again, this is a best of 5. Only 2 slots remaining in the final 4. One will go to one of these 2 players, whoever comes out on top. Right now, Maru perceived to be the favorite, but Deer looking in better form than ever. May be able to come out with something and cause a big upset here.
Yeah, it could go either way, certainly. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm hyped. Okay, our game's loaded up. Maru versus Deer, game number 1 is ready. Let's go.
마운틴듀 GSL 시즌1 리제너레이션 게임이 시작됩니다. 카이로스 정션 게임 준비 완료. 지네어 그린윙스 마루. 유비 디아.
Okay, Kairos Junction, TVP. So, you already see him blocking off this Reaper path?
Right,
in the
right.
main?
Where they would jump onto the high ground, yeah.
This is quite nice for Protoss players. It actually limits the amount that they can scout. Nice sign. Yeah, when you get maps like this where you can block the Reaper, it's really easy to kind of hide tech. I don't know if we'll see any like crazy tech strategies. It's probably gonna be pretty standard for here.
This is one of those things where there's all sorts of mind games you could do. So just because you can hide tech doesn't mean you have to. But if you block them out, you may be able to intimidate them into overreacting in some kind of opposite direction or something like that. From Terran, we see it's going to be a quick CC paired with a Reaper to come out on the map.
This already excites me because we don't have like proxies or anything, you know? Like there's no proxy factory. He's clearly setting up for some mid-game push, at least. Like that would be the earliest thing he could do.
Yeah, so we had Maru in 2018, I think proxy more with success than any player, I think, ever in all of StarCraft.
I remember there was a meme like,
oh, the honeymoon.
Ooh.
Oh, welcome, guys. Oh,
congratulations.
Congratulations.
There was a meme going on, like every Rax Maru throws down is worth 20K because of WSG, where he like 2-raxed every win.
Yeah, he did it so much in 2018. He seems to have toned it down. And I don't know if he's just trying to stay ahead of the meta or if
he was doing it to a fault. That was the problem.
Well, also we did have a few months off before GSL Season 1 started. This season started later than it normally does. So there was this period where it was we didn't have any radar on where the players are playing for a little bit. So we kind of came back into a new meta after having a bit of a hiatus.
Right.
This Adept going to come through here.
Oh, he loads it up.
The
That's
SCV
true.
running inside and then finishing building the CC from inside.
He loads it up and then he unloads it because he realizes, wait, I need an orbital.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually worse if I delay my orbital.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a Phoenix coming out now.
Yeah, this looks like... Okay, we got Hellions.
And these are going to be banked up, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Phoenixes are quite good. This could be like a potential like drop. It also could be Banshees because there's a tech lab, but we'll see.
So we've seen the two Hellions and the Reaper push out before and try to put some pressure on over here. This can be held with the Adepts.
Ooh, it's Banshee.
It is going to be, yep, Banshee with Cloak. So this can be held, but I got to say, man, if you can get vision on the Banshee, the Phoenix play is going to put you out way ahead.
This is actually just like the easiest thing to hold if you know it's coming, right?
Right.
Like Phoenixes kill Banshees so fast, it's not even funny. You just build one Oracle, Revelate, and you kill a Banshee every time.
Okay, now
Oh,
he's
this
managed
is really
to come
annoying.
in here. And he's going to have to show the Phoenixes now.
Oh my god, he's lining up.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my god, he's lining up still. Hello?
8 kills, 9.
Oh my god, this
Okay,
game
this
is
is just
actually
getting worse,
almost
worse,
over.
worse.
Like, 12
Yeah.
workers killed is that's
Well,
very
this
bad.
is a moment where it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess Deer's army does beat the army of Maru, but not before Maru killed 13 workers minimum.
Yeah, this is really bad. He hasn't built an Oracle yet either, so this Banshee could do a lot of damage. He doesn't have a Robo.
This is really hard to watch.
Here, can we just pick that up? There you
Okay,
go.
there we go.
Didn't have the energy.
Yeah.
This is really bad. If he doesn't build an Oracle like right now, he's actually just gonna die. So,
Yeah.
if he scouts, he doesn't see it. The vision on the shades is actually so small. There's no way he saw the starport there.
So this should be the closure here.
Yeah.
With already 13, actually 14, excuse me, probes killed off. Cloak on the way, and literally no detection.
Oh! Yeah, see,
Yeah.
this is very bad. He starts the
This
Oracle.
is-
He's really sad right now.
This is horrible. I really feel for Deer right now. Deer shaking his head in his booth.
Yeah.
As, I mean, this is beginning to snowball, really.
Yeah.
The Banshee is going to be able to get kills on probes until it runs out of energy. And obviously it kills workers so fast
Yeah,
that
it's definitely paid for itself already.
I would not blame Deer if he tapped out right
Yeah,
now,
of
to be
course.
honest. I mean, this is just,
It's 27 workers to 43, and he has mules, so...
yeah.
He
And for
still
Deer,
hasn't got it
there's
killed yet.
so many ways you could end the game.
Oh!
By
Where's the Oracle? There it is.
Did he get a second Banshee? I wasn't actually
He did,
looking.
he did. These observers out now, though, so it will die.
Okay, so 20 probes killed there. That puts us at 25 SCVs to 21 probes. And
I'm
like,
actually amazed he's still in the game.
I know, to be honest, dude, I would have left. I
34.
think most of the players would have left immediately and said, okay, whoops, game
He killed
2.
34. You know one thing that he could do? If he stays in longer now, he gets intel, though, right?
That's true.
So
that's true.
It could also be that kind of thing where he's getting full vision of what Maru's going to do, Maru's follow-up, if he has a third CC, if he doesn't, that kind of stuff. And, you know, there's always a possibility for a comeback, I guess, although unlikely.
Yeah, I think very unlikely. Robotics Bay.
Yeah. This is one way you get back in, I guess, if you can get a Colossus out.
So I think, yeah, he just wants to turtle and try to bank up on the splash damage from having 2 to 3 Colossi.
Yeah.
That's
My
sort of-
scary thing here is Maru doesn't have a third CC, so if he goes for like a 2-base push, I don't know how you hold it even with 1 Colossi or 2.
Yeah, well, I think this is going to be an overwhelming attack that is probably going to just smother Deer. Like, I don't think even on 2 bases, Deer can easily defend with Phoenixes, like the Stasis Ward, for instance, here, and then Colossi. There's not enough on the ground overall to
Right.
soak up damage. You know, normally you have like a lot of Zealots and
Yeah, a buffer. Right.
you know, it's just other stuff there, and the Colossus is basically in the back, continuing to poke in. Not the case here. There's just not much on the ground here, and that's in part because so many of the workers were killed off.
That was really
there's-
good.
Yeah, that was really good. I don't know if it's going to make a scratch in this game,
Yeah.
though. Here.
The only thing he has going for him is, in theory, he could pick up these tanks, right?
Yeah, but I think the Marines just stim him down, man.
Yep. I mean, like, I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah, no,
There's
I get it. I get it.
There's
I get
actually,
it. Yeah,
like, okay, if he gets...
This is called the cast is half full for Deer here. So he's going to try to get out in front and then maybe fish some of the units back into the Stasis Ward.
He scanned that. If he runs into it, my mind will be blown. Okay, he knows.
He knows.
There you go. Okay, this is... Colossus is out. If he holds this, this is incredible, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I don't think
actually
he can.
pretty close, but yeah, I don't think he can. Oh,
No,
that was
I
a
think there's
big
just
mine.
nothing here
Yeah.
on the ground. That's it. GG. Game 1 goes to Maru.
Way too many probes killed.
Okay,
34.
So some of that was a little bit of build order. When those two build orders interact like they're two chemicals put together, the Terran comes out on top. Now, he had enough to fight the Hellions and the Reapers, but he did not have the position to keep the workers safe. So even though he killed off the Reapers and Hellions, already the damage had begun. And that's basically when the virus is starting to spread. Deer's already economically crippled. Then the Banshee comes in, which literally Deer has no response to.
Yeah, I think Deer kind of expected some other tactics here. Like
Yeah.
his build order matched up okay against maybe like a Mind Drop or something, right? Because obviously you can just kill the medevac.
That's what I was thinking. I thought maybe he's going to be ready for some kind of Mind Drop. Is Maru going Banshee that often nowadays?
I don't think so.
I don't think he is.
Banshee's still kind of like a surprise, like I got you.
Yeah.
Build right now. It's not that common, honestly.
Because Maru does like his Mind Drop, so maybe that's what he was planning out there. But
like a lot of Protosses open Blink with a Robo. So if you go Banshee, you're in trouble. You could actually just die to a Blink All-In or something.
Deer looking a little bit stressed here. He's got a smile on his face, but it's not.
Yeah, they're talking to each other.
Yeah, there's a little bit of banter going on here in the chat room. So we're going to go to King's Cove for game number 2. Now, that was a really brutal loss there for Deer. I don't necessarily think all of our games are going to look like that, but he needs a comeback. He needs a win, or he needs to at least have a closer match against Maru here. I can't imagine him winning this best of 5. Game 2's ready. Maru vs. Deer. Let's go.
마틴듀 GSL 시즌1 리제너레이션 게임이 시작됩니다. 킹스 코브 게임 준비. 진에어 그린 윙스 마루.
Lots of hype around Maru.
It's hard to not have hype around Maru. So this is something that you and I have talked about before, no regret, but a lot of Terrans are saying that it's really hard in late game to fight Protosses, which makes me wonder if openings like what we saw from Maru, he's trying to play around having to worry as much about late game and trying to do the damage he wants to do early on.
So that he can have a better spot in the late game.
Right, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Did you see that, by the way?
I'm not sure.
Deer did like a cheeky looking for 2-rack scout.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You only do this against Maru.
Yeah.
Like,
it's unfortunate, too, because Maru's really not doing that 2-racks almost ever anymore.
yeah.
And so it is a little bit of a sacrifice to send that worker out and scout that much earlier.
Yeah, he's getting at least some good information this game.
Thanks for coming down, guys.
Please
We love
trap
you.
TUI.
So CC again here. I wonder if we're going to see a similar build once more here from Maru.
I'd actually like to see Deer put on the pressure. Because I think if Deer gets into like a good position with pressure, he can actually get more intel on like what Maru's doing.
That's something that I guess we don't talk about enough here at GSL, but yeah, sometimes if you're just putting a lot of pressure on them and making them react, you're inadvertently scouting them
Yeah, you're
at the same
actually
time.
scouting them,
Because
exactly.
they're by them defending what you're attacking with, they're also showing you what they've got. And therefore you can factor out other things they might have been doing.
Right. Like imagine Deer builds 2 stalkers and sends one of the stalkers out in the first game.
Yeah.
And it sees Hellions.
You know, something
The game's
else
just different now. You know?
Something else worth pointing out here too is that basically Maru said he's fine against any player, but he's not that comfortable against Hero.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real tell
That
for
is a huge tell.
how to take Maru on, is that Hero's somebody who almost always initiates, gets his strategy started before the other player gets to where he wants to be, and tries to close the game out, or at least get into a winning position from there. And it seems like so far Deer's had more of a passive play with some preemption strategically based off, I guess, research on Maru. But so far that research hasn't paid off. He did not even have detection when those Banshees came in.
He's going to start Stim. This is actually like a 2-1-1.
Yeah.
This is so uncommon. It's so uncommon. So this is like a medevac drop with Marines usually, if he starts a starport.
Well, you know,
It's like he will there, yeah.
Pre-Maru proxy and everything, he actually did like to do a lot of medevac drops, even when they were on 2 bases.
Right. Yeah, this would have been good for the Phoenixes.
There's also the fact that there's still good Protosses alive in GSL, and Maru probably has to pick his strategies pretty wisely. So this might be something not just planned for Deer, and maybe not just planned for this specific series like in Game 2 on this map,
Right.
but he might have also planned it out in order to allow him to more cleanly get to the finals without giving away
Too
more
much information.
Yeah,
right.
more of his mainstream builds, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm very curious to see how this plays out. In general, I find it really hard to do damage with 2-on-1. This is actually something I like to do with Terran, and I always get blinked on, or I get Phoenixes, or they get shield batteries, or whatever, right? So this is going to be really hard. Also, this observer will scout that it's 2-on-1.
Yeah.
You can see how many Marines, and immediately you're just like, well, he's got 2 barracks, so it has to be 2-on-1.
Yeah. You could just see the units, and the number of units alone already tells you, if you're good enough, how many buildings they have. So let's see if Deer can actually just respond to this. Now, hold on. He's not going to see it right away. Oh, no,
Yeah,
he's going to see it
all
now.
these.
Okay,
so
never
now
mind.
he knows it's 2-on-1 already. He
Look
should
at
be
this.
a little bit sketched out.
Is he gonna?
He was thinking about it. He doesn't want to
I
get
know.
it scanned
I know.
on.
I was going to say, is he just going to get scanned and shot out of the sky here?
RoboBay already finishing up, by the way. So this this is like the fastest Colossus ever.
Okay,
And
so he's going to go make a beeline right through these observers.
yeah, if this does damage, my mind will be blown. Like, he literally has a Colossus he could chrono out, and he has full knowledge of the fact that this is 2 racks.
I think if the build that Deer was doing was similar to Game 1, this would be much stronger.
Yes, which is surprising because there would be no way Deer would go Phoenixes again after that first game.
Right.
Oh.
Oh my God,
doesn't
that was
have
close.
blink. Yeah. He's so ready though. Like, making him unload and stuff and buying time for this Colossus is just, there's no way it does damage.
Okay, I like the firing on the medevacs here. If he can just get one of those medevacs out.
Yeah, if he gets one that's like 8 dead Marines, 100%. Okay, here comes the Colossus. Oh yeah. Oh, can he get it?
Oh!
Come on, he can get it. Ah, it's dead. It's dead. Oh.
Okay, that's really big.
That was big, yeah.
That was the kind of play that Deer needed.
Yep.
He now has a real shot in this game.
He even sees like the follow-up here. He sees tanks and stuff, so it's possible this is a tank push. Oh, I was gonna say, did he not make the refineries? That's a little weird.
It seems like this tank push wouldn't be that strong
No.
against somebody who's bulking up against Marines.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
the Colossus basically negates the strength of the Marines. Most of them are obliterated before they even get their first shot off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Maru could muster up a push. Plus, he's adding on the double engineering bay, or I think it was double engineering bay. So it would be a little weird to push now, but he's actually pushing. I don't even know why I commentate. Like, what's the point? Maru doesn't care what I think.
I'm really surprised he's going to do this.
Yeah, it's not.
This is
gonna
not
do
supposed
much.
to work.
It's
right?
only 1 medevac too, so this is committed, right? He might just be fainting. Looks like he might be fainting.
Yeah, just trying to get the observer and then back off and power up.
Yeah, maybe scared Deer a bit too.
It's pretty ballsy though. I mean, to
It
be
is.
out on the map like this with basically an inferior army putting pressure on.
Yeah, and he didn't even have the medevacs really to get out. He has them now, but
Oh, he's got to be careful.
like if these had blink,
Oh,
he'd
this-
be in trouble.
This one sad Marine.
This is quite interesting from Deer. Like, he skips the Twilight and goes straight into quick Colossus.
Yeah, and then getting forges here.
Yeah,
Second forge on the
getting
way,
ready.
actually.
He's getting ready for like the mid to late game, which is scary. It's scary if you're Maru.
And Maru's going to take a third. It's a little bit later than what Deer got, but it seems like already Deer is ready for both drops, and if the Marines are on the ground, the Colossus can basically fight that too. So, I mean, this is
about as great of a start you could have with your Deer.
yeah, exactly. This is quite good.
And he has like full intel. This is one of the things he didn't have last game, where he actually had no information because he didn't have a robo, he didn't have observers, and he didn't have like hallucinations or anything. So it just caught him off guard. But now he just knows everything. He knows exactly what's going on.
In Game 1, he was going for like a blind play, where you're assuming a certain play style from your opponent. You're trying to get out ahead of that, but you're rolling the dice a little bit on that. And this time around, it's been a lot more conservative and reactive here from Deer. And it was actually Maru that opened up. Again, I know we're like already almost 8 minutes here, but earlier on, Maru opened up with a kind of a weird older style of play that he used to use.
It's quite weird. It's quite weird.
And I think that was just to try to throw Deer off, but Deer choosing I think a safer build here, it actually paid off. He managed to hold up the attacks, get a medevac, and deny any real pressure here, and now Deer takes the 4th base. Keep in mind, guys, in TVP, there's not necessarily one person that's supposed to always be ahead in a base. TVP is kind of the funny matchup where out of all of the StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 matchups, base tempo,
Right.
you're kind of supposed to be even.
Yeah, TVP is actually a little bit weird where it's kind of like a matchup. If you're economically behind, it's not the end of the world for either player.
Yeah,
like neither, when you attack into a Terran or a Protoss, you kind of lose some of your advantages already. So usually the person with the worst economy, as long as you're defending, can still be okay.
I think it's also that this matchup specifically, both sides are totally able to leverage super abusive attacks in different locations, like mass warp-ins or big medevac drops, in a way that almost no other matchup can compare to. So occasionally the player that gets ahead in bases can end up losing the game because he can't keep track and defend everything.
That's a storm drop. Oh, good luck. That is the most fortified mineral line I've ever seen. Three turrets.
I feel like all these players have been watching ASL and the number of storm drops we've had in that. And I mean, storm drops have always been really strong in StarCraft because if you can actually blanket the entire area of workers, you just kill everything.
Yeah.
And then in this case, StarCraft 2, you morph them into Archons, and they're great.
And then you pick them up too,
Yeah.
Just get them out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm waiting for this just to get shot down immediately because there's so many turrets here. Okay.
No, hold on, this angle. He might get one or two off. Nope.
He actually could. Yeah, he'll walk right in. Look at this.
He can
nice
actually
turrets.
squeeze right in between her. This is so good!
Oh my god.
Oh, and he gets everything out?
Yep.
12 kills?
He barely took any damage on the War Prism too.
Okay, that went way better than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, actually it didn't go as bad too though, because Maru could have lost every SCV there. You're losing 12. It's like saved half of them.
Is it ever worth it to send your medevacs over to heal the SCVs after they get stormed like that? Or is it just a big waste of time? Because I feel like storm drops are going to happen again.
Yeah, I think it's actually just better to do what Maru's doing and just like build more turrets.
Yeah, is that
even if you heal them up, they're still going to die to the storm, right?
Yeah.
They're full HP. Oh, that was a bit awkward. Oh. You're not killing Maru, by the way. Like, just go home. Look at this. He's got like 5 tanks. There's a planetary. He has
This is, I think, probably too ambitious here.
This is very ambitious.
By the way, it's 5 base to 4 now. Oh, I don't think he should be doing this.
He needs to chill. This is the one way you lose.
I think you want to wait it out. Well, hold on. Is he just going to do this?
He's trying.
I feel like this would be a great way to lose the game here for Deer.
100%. Because he's actually in such a good spot. He's actually almost maxed too, so he might feel pressure to try and trade.
I feel like with a storm drop that was that good, there's no reason to try to come in here and attack. Oh my god, my eyes.
Yeah, this is like the worst possible
attack.
This is... He killed like 1 Marine there.
Okay.
He's trying to lose. Okay, here we go. Storms.
Templar attack. Templar attack.
My god. Oh, this is dead. Oh my god.
Oh, that was so good. Okay, 13 more kills.
Yeah, he's doing great. 82 workers to 65. I think he just needs to start going to Tempest, which is what he's doing. He's getting his Fleet Beacon. He's adding on star gates. The problem is he's actually just has too much supply. He's maxed out.
Yeah.
I think what he wants to do is he wants to trade, but he doesn't want to trade so inefficiently that he's just throwing units away, which is basically what he was doing.
Yeah, I think that the play here is to definitely, like you were saying, go for those Tempests. I think you wait it out. You make Terran attack you.
Yeah, if Maru attacks into him, that's exactly what he wants, because he wants to trade out this army for better units. And it won't be very efficient if he's attacking into Deer.
Now these Liberators moving very quickly now, northbound.
He needs Storm.
I feel like Deer was not quite ready for this. He assumed that Maru wasn't going to attack out yet.
He doesn't actually have very much anti-air either. What is that, like 3 Stalkers? The Archons are actually awful against Liberator range.
Okay, I feel like actually Maru's going to win with this push again here. Look at how he's leapfrogging the Liberators.
Yeah, it's possible.
Blink's almost done.
Oh, this is a dirty army to fight up. Nice storms.
Storms are good. I don't know if it's going to cut it. With this many siege tanks on the ground and this many Liberators in the sky, how do you ever win this fight? The Colossi are not great against tanks.
Deer has 3,600 minerals though, so he can actually remax after losing this army.
Well, unless he can use those minerals to bribe his way to a victory, no regret. I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Okay, here we go. It's not actually as bad as we think here. Zealot's coming in, killing all the siege tank stalkers on the right side. This is getting cleared up pretty comfortably, and he still has 3,400 minerals, so.
Damn, really nicely done. Yeah, he managed to make a lot more stalkers there.
This is such a scrappy fight, but this is totally fine for Deer.
Yeah.
He has so much money.
Yeah, he had way more stalkers than I realized just above that screenshot.
Yeah. It's so weird how even the supplies are right now.
Right.
Like, that was like a max versus max, and nobody won decisively. Like,
yeah.
Deer won, but it wasn't like he had like 10 stalkers at the end of it. So
yeah, and that's going to snowball into his counterattack into winning this game.
Yeah, now we have Tempest being added on, and Ghost. We're really getting into the late game. Nice center tower
We
pick
have
up there.
EMPs on the Stalkers.
Yeah, Stalkers are actually so bad. Like, they get so bad in the mid to late game.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of the funny thing is after a fight like that, you're forced into making the Stalkers because you need to get rid of the Liberators,
Right.
obviously. But then, you know, after that, you have kind of these wonky units that I guess can kind of counterattack and not do that much damage with it.
Right. Triple starport, by the way. That's disgusting. You
So-
can make like 4 Vikings and 2 Libs at the same time.
Yeah, this is where we get to the TVP air arms race. They're
Yep.
both trying to outdo each other.
Oh, Stalkers. And lose 1, that's fine. This is such a great game. I'm happy that it's going this way.
Yeah, I'm glad we're getting to cast a longer game here. So we got a Warp Prism Speed coming out now. We've got a lot more Tempest in the game. Protoss can keep expanding out, and tempo-wise, as far as expansions go, Protoss is actually pretty ahead.
Nick, do you know what one of the most annoying things ever is?
Tell me.
Mid-game Dark Templar. Like,
So you gotta get blinked.
it's like 15 minutes in, and you're like,
Yeah.
why are there DTs here?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's something that kind of maxes out the Terran, you know, if you have that many DTs coming across the map, especially when you're both macroing so hard, you're dropping a lot of mules. Sometimes a DT here or there could do a lot of damage.
it's so annoying. It's so incredibly annoying. This is a dead base.
Okay,
actually.
so I didn't expect a base like Maru's to go down like this, but
Oh?
no,
Wow.
well, okay.
EMPs. Those zealots are useless
Wow.
now.
Oh no.
I guess he didn't care about those
Win
anymore.
on both corners of the map here for Maru. They're having to back up.
Such an awkward game. I'm kind of scared, actually. Like, Tempests are really bad against Vikings. I don't know if he knows how heavy Maru is going into Vikings. Like, triple
Yeah,
starport
well-
production. He already has 14 Vikings. Like, that's scary.
Well, you can hold a lot of what's on the ground with a pretty scrappy Terran army here of just Marines and Marauders, right? I mean, a
Right.
lot of the attention here is going to be going to the air.
We do actually have DT Blink.
Okay, great.
So I guess the plan is to snipe onto, like, a turret or something, kill bases. That's funny. Like, that base could totally die. You know what I want to see? I want to see, like, 13 Dark Templar. Like, the snipe squad where you just blink in and kill a base immediately.
I
Like, one
would be
swipe.
down for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
and so we've got nukes.
We have nukes. It's time.
Now-
This is what I was saying earlier. This is what Maru does.
Oh, by the way, you have a lot of your big DT plays coming up here. There's 9 total now.
The plan is to just blink on it and snipe a base before he even notices. Like, you get that, oh, your base is under attack warning, and then
Yeah,
it's
and
just
you go,
gone. Like,
Okay, that was really nicely done by Maru.
yeah.
Doing a whole lot with a little.
It's very nice, but Deer actually has a very large bank, so it's not that bad. We're getting to the point where, like, mining out bases is bad. Yeah,
With so
that
many
is-
Vikings.
That is a scary army. Okay, here we go. Like, hope he doesn't lift off his bases. Oh, we're just killing turrets, I guess.
Okay, meanwhile, these Tempests raiding over here. Are there too many Vikings, though? A good
This
side
is
storm on
kinda
those
scary.
Vikings would be key.
Yeah, he needs to storm. He's going to storm this. Oh, my God. Hello?
This is pretty sick.
I can't.
EMP's going to be
Oh,
handy here.
shit, yeah.
I think the most interesting part of this is actually this fight with the Vikings.
I almost feel like we're playing a MOBA.
I know, right?
Like the DT versus
I'm like, but
Ghosts.
look at the top lane over here.
Yeah, these guys are winning both their lanes. It's crazy. Well, he killed a gas, like, and a couple turrets. Those DTs actually did nothing.
So these Tempests can actually do a pretty effective job of just kind of controlling the map.
Right.
I mean, with them having the best range here, you're really kind of forcing Terran to respect you. And it's hard with either the Ghosts or the Vikings to get close when you can actually Psystorm that and do so much damage.
These are actually so annoying because he doesn't have a very mobile ground army. Like, that's his ground army. That's like 9 Marines and like 5 Marauders because he has so many Vikings and there's a Ghost. So you're kind of forced to bring your Ghosts over and you want these to deal with the Templar, right? So this is like perfect for Deer because he gets to fight the Vikings without Ghosts. Storm?
Storm?
There's a Storm. A little bit late. But honestly, these traits are really good for him.
Yeah, you mean for Deer?
Yeah, for Deer.
Yeah,
These are
I
really
agree. I mean, every time the Vikings have to come in, attack, and run away, they're still eating shots. I can't believe we're seeing this kind of play style.
good. I
And
actually feel like we're playing lanes and stuff. Like, look at the right
Yeah.
lane, guys. Like,
look at this. The DTs are going to come in here again. I actually think that Deer might have just won this game.
in such a weird way, too.
It's Okay. It's like, well,
He's trying
now
to blink out of the snipes. What a game.
there's almost this weird economy of the number of abilities that the ghosts have. In this moment, like the DTs don't do that much, but they do draw all the ghosts' attention and you know, away. And we're still seeing. Yeah, go ahead.
This is like what I was talking about before. EMPs go down on all the ghosts. Now you don't actually, or Templar, you don't have anything to storm these. And Vikings do win this fight. You can chase it down. So the Zealot Dark Templar were kind of just taking the ghosts out of the fight so that you could have more efficient trades. But if the ghosts are in the fight, your trades are way less efficient.
I think a lot of this game is going to come down to whether or not the Terran can control the 6 o'clock base. Because it doesn't seem like there's anywhere else that you can easily expand to. And you already see that Protoss has this pretty good position.
Look at this planetary.
This is so funny.
This is to stop what was going on before, you know? He's actually going to get the
quick work of that planetary.
So he needs to be careful, though.
Oh, he needs to storm this.
There
oh,
are
I'm sorry,
none.
there's still no Templars. I thought he had brought some more over there.
Yeah, our first
Okay,
nuke.
now let's see if Deer actually notices this. I'm looking over at Deer's
I like how
face.
you look back just to see his face.
That's what I do all the time, man. I want to see. Okay, he knows where it is. He's fine. And he'll even get rid of the ghost, so the ghost can't cause any more problems over there. Again, still no Templars. Oh, I'm sorry. There are several Templars that are screened to the left of this.
Yeah. I'd love to see the resource loss rate between both, like the amount they're trading. Because I feel like Deer has been trading a lot more efficiently this entire game. But I'm curious, like, how much more efficient.
Really? I almost feel like Deer has not been that efficient, but has so many more bases that
it's possible too.
That
it could go either way.
He can actually like trade at a loss overall.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Because all the Zealots and DTs have been thrown away. I'm just talking about the actual fight. I don't even count that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is the Templar or the Tempest army is the expensive stuff. That's actually just a distraction. He's literally throwing money at Maru for a distraction.
He's like paying a fine basically to keep Maru from actually growing too much on the map. So Protoss is actually getting to the point where there's an insane amount of the map that he has control over here. You can see he's keeping most of the Templar back, bringing 1 or 2 up, because you don't want all those Templars to get EMP'd.
You know what I would love to see? I'd love to see like a shield battery flower somewhere around where his army is now, like further back, so that he could pull back his Tempest to the shield batteries. We actually see this a lot in TVP, but we haven't seen Deer do it yet. Because then you always have something, even if you get EMP'd like crazy, you can go back and your shield batteries will heal you up. And you're not spending these 4,000 minerals on anything else, so it might as well be. Oh, nice
That was
storm.
a great one. That was the storm he needed. And now you can actually start to fire over here with the Tempest.
Yeah, he's being pretty aggressive with them. This is such a methodical like fight. Like he's planning everything out. He's got full vision of everything that's going on. He can't commit too forward. He can't like. He needs like Storm to zone out.
By the way, every time these nukes are fired, Deer has to pull his army back and try to clean this up.
Oh, it's so close. Okay, got it.
And I love the way that he's using his army here. He's got these oracles to tag the Vikings and the ghosts, and then there's this kind of footsies game back and forth, like
They're
it's a
both
fighting game or something. They're both trying to use projectiles on each other.
Oh,
and
here we go.
Oh my God!
Nice storm. See, imagine if he had a bunch of shield batteries here. Oh my God, this is actually a really bad fight for him. He can't fight this. He needs to get out of here.
Okay, this is actually the moment that Maru finally tipped the scale.
Yep. I almost want him to just warp in a ton of Zealots. Okay, he already has some. Never mind.
Yeah, that might be the play, is maybe to try to switch into mass ground, because the Vikings, obviously, they're going to have to land and fight.
Yeah. Zealots just destroy Vikings.
But it seems like Deer is sticking to his guns. He wants to try to just get more and more
This is
Tempests
crazy,
out.
by the way. He's moving it with 4 Tempests after like losing all of them.
I know. I feel like you're operating at a loss at this point in time. This is the blink on top.
He's going to storm the SCVs. Oh, there's another SCV train coming in.
Okay, that was a big win.
Yeah.
And you know what? That didn't really cost Protoss much of anything.
Oh, he could get this one too.
Oh, he could just spam this down.
He needs to get this one.
Do it.
Okay, he's scared.
Okay.
I almost wanted to just leave the Zealots and take the Tempest away, because he has 4,000 minerals, you know? It's totally fine to just potentially trade for that base.
I thought he was actually going to target down the command center.
Yeah, I think he didn't expect him to be so out of position.
Yeah, it's like he walked in there and suddenly he was just actually in the other guy's territory. Okay, maybe with some good storms on these Vikings.
Yeah, he needs good storms. I kind of want him to just get out of the army, like the air army versus air army here, because there's so many Vikings. Like Protoss has decent ground army compositions they can play. This game is actually crazy.
Yeah, this is actually a real treat, man. I'm glad we're getting a game like this. After game 1, I was kind of getting worried.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, it was going to be really short today. It's too bad. But we've got a real match in our hands. We're getting to 25 minutes here. And by the way, these places that Terran is trying to control it's so hard to actually take advantage of these locations. Some great storms there on the Vikings.
Yeah.
Eating up a lot of damage.
What do you think if you added? I'm trying to think. If you added in some Colossus, would they just be like killed immediately? Because you can use Colossus to zone as well.
I think that there's so many Vikings, maybe not.
Yeah, because he has to still fight the Tempest. This is also me just spitballing. I don't know if this is good or not.
Well, no, I mean, this is an exceptionally weird game because we're seeing so many DTs with Blink.
Yeah.
Which is like, this is like one set of armies, which is Templars, Tempests, and then a few other units added in. And then the other counterattack army is DTs with Blink.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is, Maru's not being killed by this. He's actually hanging on and continuing to grow. But if you look at the minimap, it seems like Deer is going to engulf the majority of the expansions on the map. I mean, it's going to be Maru basically surrounded here now.
I mean, even now, look at the money.
Yeah.
Like, it's 6K to 1K versus 300 to 200. Like, there's no bank for Maru. If he loses this army, he's in trouble. Oh my god, Deer? He's sleeping?
Okay, yeah, I think all those Templars got EMP'd, and he can actually drive this all the way, actually pushing this into the base here of Deer.
This nuke is so ambitious.
I think it might actually work, man. Oh my god, these DTs are doing so much.
So annoying. Okay, the nuke is going to go off on all that.
Well, this is going to destroy all the defense here. And suddenly, Maru is actually able to come in here and drill a hole. This is also going to isolate the bottom left base.
Yeah, it is.
Where I think this was a neck-and-neck game. I think positionally, suddenly Deer has completely lost control of this game.
But in the main, he's losing all his production, honestly.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, he does not have the money to rebuild his production.
But I almost feel, I might be wrong, I almost feel as though Maru can take out this bottom left base and then go back and kill the DTs.
Yeah, he probably could.
Maybe.
I'm worried there's 6,000 minerals. Imagine if he's just like, you know what I'm going to make? I'm making stalkers. Just like warps in like 70 stalkers. Yeah. Like, how do you even compete with 600 minerals in the bank?
Okay, now we get to have the thing I never get to play-by-play cast, which is ghosts fighting stalkers.
Yeah, and Vikings chasing
and Vikings, yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's losing.
Wow.
He actually can just pick these buildings up, so it's a little weird that he's losing them.
Okay, yeah, he finally has that scan. He takes that out.
Wait, I think a couple DTs live. Yeah, oh, there's a turn over here.
Yeah, he's going to be able to clean that up.
Yeah, this is going in favor of Deer for sure now. Like, this base did not get cleared out. If it did, it would be better footing for him for sure. Actually, there's no detection here. He's losing these stalkers for free.
Yeah, I'm really worried about Deer's base here in the bottom left.
This base is pretty essential. He is getting another one in case it dies, which is good. You should just take the one that he lost too. He needs to get all these bases back. He's got enough money to do it.
By the way, Maru is way overstepped what any realistic Terran should be able to control in this matchup this late on. I mean, this is really cool.
I'd love to see his hockey. He's got like 30 somehow. He's like rebound some of his letter hockey to like number hockey.
Okay, again, the DTs come in here. This is going to divert a lot of attention from Maru away from being able to take this base out of the bottom left, but Maru persists onward anyways, actually gunning down a lot of these units. Meanwhile, Deer attacking here from the center. Not a lot to defend here.
Oh, he's still using
my God.
These DTs have been the MVPs of this game, honestly. He actually doesn't have very many orbitals anymore, right?
Yeah, I think some of them were killed off, and some of the other ones might have had to lift. You know, he's not been relying on Ravens in these games despite consistent DTs being tossed at him.
It actually would have been really nice for him to make a Raven, because I think he only has like 3 or 4 orbitals at this point. Like, every base is a planetary.
Okay, so this CC goes down. Now, I believe Deer has mined out the entire upper left quadrant of the map.
Yeah.
He should have 2 bases with minerals, one which has just been taken in the very far upper right. But infrastructurally, this is looking pretty bad here for Maru.
Yeah,
Maru's not maxed out, and he can't remax easily.
Yeah, I mean, Maru's economy is not very good either. I think he has 2 bases mining, 3 bases mining, and 2 of them are already mining out.
And even though Deer doesn't have a lot of gas, you can remix so many zealots. Ouch. You can remix so many zealots. You could try to rely on that for counterattacks, maybe until Deer can start to suck up more gas from the 2 upper right bases, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think at this point you just abandon the Tempest dream. It's just too much Vikings.
Okay. Ooh, get another nice storm.
Yeah, like the ground army is actually just doing better than the Tempest at this point.
Yeah, Maru might be able to pull this back together simply with Marine Marauder. Maybe this is a moment where Colossus tech isn't terrible. I don't know, though. There's so many Vikings.
Yeah, but at the same time, you've got tons of Stalkers, you know? And Storms. Like, that's not very many Vikings if you storm a couple.
Okay, Maru's going to try to push all the way through here. He's got to watch out for Psy Storms.
Oh,
There's so
no.
many Templars back here.
All this bio is so low HP as well, though. He's actually going to trade out and clear this, I think. And Maru does not have the money to replenish this army. If he loses this army, that's it, basically. All these ghosts are so expensive. He's losing his Ghost Academy, too.
Yeah, this is the point where the entire main has basically been carved out.
Yeah, he's like building his production facilities elsewhere now.
By the way, this game has been like a non-stop fight for 25 minutes. Like it's been
crazy.
It's been crazy. The ghosts are here. There's apparently no observer,
attention,
no Oracle yet to ping that.
Yeah, this is.
I think Maru
really
just died.
bad.
Yep, GG. Dude,
Amazing
that
game.
game was great.
Yeah.
Okay, we got
Look
ourselves
at
a
Maru's
match.
cheeky smile. Oh
Yeah.
my god. What a game.
That was sick.
I think either player could have won that game with just a small change in their play, you know?
Yeah.
Like if Maru was more on top of these DTs, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like at the end, he just had no production. His economy was limited. He was taking good trades, but what can you do?
Should he have just made a bunch of Widow Mines there, like a bunker and just more turrets?
Honestly, you could have just... It's really hard because you can't even wall. They just blink over top of it. I think you just need to leave a big army of like Raven and some bio, Marine Marauder.
Yeah, just completely
Medevacs,
murder it
yeah.
as it comes through.
He needs a Raven for sure. Like you can't just scan constantly. He did not have the orbitals. I think he was waiting for energy a lot of the time, and that's just not, you know, acceptable.
Now, it's also important to point out that I don't think Maru's going to, if he has to deal with that again, I think he's going to adjust heavily.
Heavily, yeah.
I mean, I think what we're saying would be no revelation to him at all.
Exactly. Maru is a very adaptive player too. Like he will go from 0 to 100.
These
will change it up.
These moments in between games in a best of 5 are the moments where the player really is able to then take the loss, analyze it in their head, readjust, and come back.
Yeah. And neither player should feel too much pressure. It's tied 1-1.
That's right. It's boat o'clock, my friend.
Boat o'clock.
Port Alexander is going to be where Game 3 will go down. We're tied up right now, 1-1. Maru crushing in Game 1.
Deer crushing in Game 2.
Yeah, Deer in late game, very technical play, takes out the 3-time GSL Codes champion. Let's see what happens in game number 3.
마틴류 GSL 세지만 리제너레이션 게임이 시작됩니다. 포트 알렉산더 게임 준비 완료. 진에어 그린윙스 마루.
Oh my God, what happened to her?
I hope you guys
Did you hear that too, or was that just in my headset?
I heard it. Well,
the adjunct is underwater right now.
We would know for sure if we had Twitch chat. RIP headphone users.
Yeah, I don't know. That came up just weird on our headset, but that was really
weird. Yeah,
that was a really weird sound.
So this is another map where the Reaper cannot easily scout.
Right.
I've actually seen a couple. I'm trying to think. Actually, in ZVT, there's a strategy where you get a really fast third hatch and you just have one queen, because the Terran player can never get into your main anyways.
Yeah.
So you just get away with some crazy green, but I don't think you can do too much of that in this matchup. Well, blocking the CC is really bad, by the way, for Maru. It means so much more because an Adept can come by and cancel it later on.
Yeah.
Like, all these seconds really do count.
It's one of those moments that one thing leads to the other, which can lead to the next thing, and then suddenly a lot of this game came down to the fact that your CC was a couple seconds late.
Yeah, it's really annoying, especially if there's a chrono.
Arf, arf. I don't get it.
I don't get it. I
yeah.
was like, is this a meme? I don't
Mostly
understand.
I just read that to prove to everybody I could read here. By the way, our studio is starting to fill up now.
Yeah. Lots of people here, actually.
Yeah. This is nice.
Yeah.
These games have been really good. This has been a great start to the day. Thank you for coming down here, by the way, and filling in.
Yeah, of course.
No regret, no raggards.
Destroy the
Protoss.
He's wearing a Terran shirt too.
Yeah, I know. Every Terran is fist pumping right now. Yeah. Artosis is casting the KFL or KFL. KFC.
The football league.
Sorry, guys. The KSL qualifiers. So we're splitting the load here.
Yeah, I'm always happy to be here.
Yeah, dude.
It's one of my favorite places. Grew up watching the GSL and now I'm casting it.
Here you are, man. It's
Yeah.
pretty sick. So we got Stargate coming down now.
So this might actually be the Phoenix thing again.
Yeah.
We saw how well that went.
And last game, it was quick. I'm sorry, not last game. Game 1, it was quick Banshee, which just completely killed everybody.
I'd actually like him to go Oracle, or if he does make a Phoenix, send it across the map immediately. You know?
Yeah.
Because you get so much more intel doing that. He was trying to hide the Phoenix thing and make it like a gotcha.
Yeah.
But that was way worse because he just had no intel. Right? He just needs more vision when he's going Stargate. Okay, hallucinated Phoenix. This is what I was talking about, right? More vision.
Now, this is really smart.
It is.
Because it kind of harkens back to what happened in Game 1, right? He's already going Phoenixes anyways, right? But you're going to see a fake Phoenix.
So he has full intel now. He already knows this is probably a Widow Mine drop. And going Phoenixes, this is really good for you, right?
Right. And, of course, with that going off, you then see, okay, this is not... That Phoenix at least was not a real one.
Exactly.
But in fact, Deer is still going for actual Phoenixes.
Yeah, this is really good for Deer because he didn't give away his what he was doing, but also has full vision of what's going on now. Here comes the Widow Mine drop. Phoenixes are actually going to destroy this as long as he knows it's coming, which he does.
Yeah,
so.
This is where the drop that's intended to kill workers is more like a gift wrapped present.
A gift wrapped
for
present.
the Protoss.
Look at him, he's taking his third immediately. That's crazy. Oh, I like the adept positioning too. This is to scout if where the medevac is coming from.
Yeah.
Like he has a pylon in the top right near his main base to see if it comes from the right side or the top right side. And look at this. See, look at that.
This is so
absolutely beautiful. He has full vision of the Widow Mine drop coming in.
Okay.
Phoenixes are getting in place. You can actually pick these up before they drop. If you're fast enough, pick it up. Ah, look at this. Wow. Absolutely great
and this
play.
is where he's going to get the medevac. Oh, dear. This is so cool. All right.
This is what was supposed to happen.
Maru's in
game
trouble town, my friend. This is actually a horrible start.
Yeah.
For Maru.
And now he can send the Phoenixes across the map to get vision if there's a third or what he's going to do. He's going to push him.
And look at this. It's almost like this really bumpy game from Game 1 has actually paid off in dividends now. And here we are in Game 3 after Deer already won with technical late game now. Really ahead early on. I mean, we're just now at about 5 minutes, and already this is like looking really good.
The only thing that's scary for Deer is he actually doesn't have very many ground units, and this is a pretty big push.
Yes, it's a push also with some SCVs with it. So, I mean, Maru means business here. This isn't simply to try to put some pressure on.
Yeah, he's trying to buy as much time as possible with the Phoenixes.
Do you just cancel the third here? Is that the play?
I think it'd be totally fine to do it, but he doesn't want to do that, I guess. If you keep the third up and hold, that's game over, right? If you cancel the third, you're actually not, the game hasn't ended. It's kind of even-ish.
So sometimes when you have these engagements, you're trying to shave off these workers, but when the fight actually happens, you want to pick up the sieged tanks.
Yes. I really don't like the fact that we don't have any shield batteries at all. Like, that seems a bit crazy.
Oh my god, he's going to get the Liberator, and then he's going to get the medevac. Yep.
Okay, this is really, really bad for Maru. He is getting up a turret. This turret would be really annoying for the Phoenixes, but...
Okay, he's going to have to come in here and get those tanks picked up now.
Ooh, nice mine. This mine is going to be kind of scary. Oh, he needs like a force field or something.
Oh my god, the fact that that second tank was able to land, he's going to close one up with the suckers!
If he had shield batteries right now, he could back up and shield up, but he doesn't have the shield batteries.
Okay, but there's no more tanks here. There's one there's one...
Medevac?
I'm tripping over my words here. There was one Widow Mine that was backing up. There are no medevacs.
A medevac, it's in the middle of the map. Okay.
Okay, so this is never good for Terran. No, don't do that.
Okay, this is
yeah, go ahead.
Really good for Deer, as long as he doesn't do what he's doing, which is like lose his stuff.
Run into this.
Yeah, like even this is so aggressive. Like, oh my god.
But this
it's
is great.
working. Yeah.
Look, he's making him siege up. He runs back out before the siege tank shot can fire.
Well, once charge gets done, this is like 100% held, right? He just needs to hold on until then.
And then Terran can't hold a third base. I don't think so.
Look at this mine's HP. 3. That's ridiculous.
So the third CC is coming along. Meanwhile, we've got Storm and a robotics facility coming here.
Look at this probe.
I know, he's taking one for the team.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so Deer's in a great spot. You just getting up your AoE now, you're getting your upgrades, you have a third. Like, pretty much everything you want, you have now.
Yes.
Yeah, he just like won the lottery as a Protoss. Because he didn't die. Like, if you don't die and you hold on, you have a third, and you have your upgrades, you're pretty happy.
Okay, Stim about halfway done. 4th base now for Deer.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Gotta be a little bit more careful with those stalkers. Those are eating a lot of tank shots.
At this point, if you're Maru, you play the passive game. I'm almost positive, right?
Yeah, no, I think you nailed it. No regret. I think there's no way you can attack out, so you actually have to play from a losing position.
Yeah.
And just try to hold off whatever else they're going to do. And we've seen good players like Maru win in these positions where the other guy attacks in a couple different angles and none of them work out and the game's evened out. But yeah, I think even doing a mass drop, if you're Maru, might be a mistake because I think the Protoss then walks in and just, you know, obliterates your third base and keeps pushing.
I really like this too, though. Because I think Deer also doesn't want to attack into him, but he's finding ways that he could possibly do some economic damage, like storm drops, which worked so well last game. He doesn't have blink, so these could die. If he had concussive, all of these units would be dead, by the way.
Yeah.
I'd like to see concussive being researched. It's so cheap, you might as well not. Oh my god, this is completely wide open. He's actually pushing too, so we're both wrong.
Okay, here we go. Storm drop.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was great. 11 kills.
Yeah.
But hold on, this attack's coming in here.
He has storm.
So a lot of that storm that he had was spent hitting those workers, but 3 or 4 storms here might still be enough.
Yeah. If he had like a Colossus or 2 right now, this would be the easiest hold of life.
Okay, Widow Mines are burrowing. He's just trying to stay back. Liberator Siege Tank here. This is going to also isolate the 4th base from the 2nd base, assuming that he can wipe out this 3rd base that's right over here.
Oh, that mine going off is pretty good. He just needs more ranged units. Like he has, what, 5 Zealots here?
Okay, another Psy Storm there. I don't know. This clump of units might just still be a little bit too much. This Immortal's going to be pretty handy here. The Archon goes down.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. I think Maru might just barely be able to break through here. Yeah. Ooh, those storms are really good, though.
Really
those
good
were.
Actually, it might just barely. He just barely can't break this.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah. 2 Marauders and a Marine. 2 Marauders and 2 Marines right now.
Yeah. These guys are both fighting with so few units right now.
Deer has had 1,000
so one Immortal. Oh, trigger the Marauder. I don't know, man. These siege tanks are paying for themselves and way more. Every shot is hitting a ground army that's coming through here. Not a lot of easy warp-it points for the Protoss either.
He's actually building a Void Rat right now.
Yeah, that's when you know it's getting a little bit desperate.
Yeah, it is.
No medevac here to heal either, so every bit of damage you can soften this infantry is pretty permanent. Oh my god, these Widow Mines!
Not doing as much as I thought.
He needs to target that tank. He finally gets the tank with the Immortal. The Immortal's backed up, but it's just one Immortal now.
Oh, he's about to GG, I think.
Oh my god. I think Maru did it. I think he just barely kept it together. And losing this base positionally means that it's going to be very hard for Dur to come back because this 4th base is basically a freebie now, as you can see here.
If this base dies, the game should end. I'd be surprised if he continues on. Economically, he'd be in a way worse position than Maru. And he barely can't hold on even as it is.
Oh my god. This goes to show you how good Maru is as a player. This really exemplifies how talented he is because
literally, he did nothing the early game.
He was actually behind. He just had such a good push. He controlled so perfectly and didn't miss a beat on macro. The Deer ended up with this game slipping between his fingertips.
Yeah, I think Deer himself was a little bit confused as to what happened, what he did wrong.
Well, this is a loss where you look back and you just say, whoa, that guy's good.
Yeah.
Damn.
He just needed a Colossus or 2. Would have been a totally different game, I think. He didn't actually have much, like, besides storms on the ground. You know, for ranged units, he had like 3 Archons. That was it.
We're seeing Protosses go for storm drops a lot more, but we've also seen that when they do those storm drops, sometimes the counterattack still can kill them. They don't quite have enough.
Resources lost. Look at how many units have killed. 40 Zealots have died. you not have storms? Oh no.
Oh no.
He's so close to
But it's the
having it.
problem. When you try to get this much storm early on, you're stuck with a lot of zealots and stalkers. You don't have a lot of bulk.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of archons. You don't have a lot of immortals. And therefore, sometimes that fairly basic army can take you out. And that means Maru gets control of all the boats on Port Alexander. Damn.
It's funny,
Well, you can see that. Sorry, go ahead.
They've both been winning the opposites picks, you know?
Yeah.
Like Deer picked the first map, Maru won it. Then Maru picked the second map, Deer won it. Now, you know, Deer's pick, Maru won.
What's funny about this, too, is that you can see that strategically Deer is actually capable of beating Maru.
Yes.
But Maru,
mechanically looks superior.
yeah, he's a little bit better at his engages. Tactically, he can come in and do the damage, run away, heal up, pick up. He knows when to double down on the attack and when to back up. And even though Deer, I think, he's showing actually a really complex understanding of the matchup, Maru's a little bit too quick.
Yeah.
So
you just need to get in a better position. Like, if he had just held on that last push, I think it snowballs in his favor. He has four Nexi. He has his upgrades. Like,
yeah.
He would have been fine. You just needed better AoE than just Templar, and that's it. Even
He's
sentries,
usually
like,
dropping with 3 or 4 Templars.
Yeah. That takes away from your army, you know?
It does. I don't know if you're supposed to have more cannons. I don't know. Also, Maru really is playing basically perfectly here. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty much everything went wrong, and he still won the game. So that's
yeah, strategically, Deer was
pretty
ahead,
incredible.
but there is micro in this game, too. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, game number 4 here with Maru versus Deer.
I'm dreaming. Million stars surround me and I'm feeling so strong. From 200,000 miles it won't just seem so small. Million stars surround me and I want to have it all. From 200,000 miles I'm coming back home. Got that chord again. Walking on thin ice, I have no one I can call. Thought I know the path, but it seems that I got lost. I wanna fight this feeling, sometimes you have to crawl.
마운틴 듀 GSL 시즌 1 리제너레이션.
Okay, welcome back. It's time to go to Game 4, Maru versus Deer. I gotta say, this has been a kick-ass match so far.
It has.
Even though Maru's coming out on top, and I think most of us were expecting Maru to win, Deer is really putting up a good fight. Frankly, in Game 3, I thought Deer was going to win after the storm drop. All he had to do was hold off that push. Maru knew that. Maru basically controlled perfectly, did so much damage, and closed it out.
There were a couple ways Maru could have played that. He could have played the passive game and gone out, but I think he actually just wanted to go for it. Because Deer is actually quite scary in the late game, clearly, you know? So he just picked that dice and it won, you know? Could have gone either way, though.
Also, the crazy Blink DT play here in Game 2, late game Blink DT, and kind of rotting out the infrastructure in the main every time that Maru tried to attack. Very cool win there that Deer managed to get on King's Cove. We're going to go to Year 0. Now, I don't know if we're going to have proxies or anything crazy, but this is a map that certainly allows for that. And that game is loaded up, so let's do this. Game 4, Maru versus Deer.
마운틴 듀 GSL 시즌 1 리제너레이션. 게임이 시작됩니다. 이어 제로. 게임 준비 완료. 진에어 그린윙스 마루. 뉴비 디아.
So, Year 0.
Year 0, man.
This is the Amon's map, right?
I know.
Yep.
My boy Amon waiting. He's a big Deer fan. He might be disappointed on this map. I'm actually so impressed with how good Deer is playing. I mean, I heard all the rumors. Oh, from Canada.
Oh, I'm
and
also
you did
from
make
Canada.
a sign. Yeah, you're from Canada too, No Raggarts. Do you know them? You guys are all friends out there.
They live in the igloo next door.
Yeah.
I know them. Sometimes we ride our polar bears to work.
That's right. Yeah, man, we've been getting a good mix of non-Koreans in the audience here. Very international group.
Yeah, they were basically a tourist attraction at this point.
This is cool, man. We're getting some people who are regulars here. They come out to Korea for a little bit, go through a whole season of GSL.
So, is this a scout or is this a proxy? That's the game we're playing right now.
Yeah.
With this SCV.
I
don't think you
expected
SCV
him
right
to,
now.
to proxy at least once.
Oh, well, the factory's at home, so I guess it's just an SCV scout to confirm there's a natural, which is a little weird, but to each their own.
So this is going to be quick Nexus here for Protoss. We're waiting to see what the definitive tech is going to be as the cybernetic score is done.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this SCV scout. Like, if you come up here and you see no Nexus, like, I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, I actually don't know either. It is going to be Stargate again. I wonder if we're going to have those Phoenixes again, because I feel like this is actually a map where that Phoenix build would be even better.
Yeah.
But the problem is that if you use the build a couple times in a series,
He's
usually the build's value tends to go down.
It does. He is going mines again. And we actually see an Oracle or a Sentry again, so he will scout it again.
Yes.
You know? So there's good chance this will be Phoenixes.
And it seems like this is mirroring a lot of concept-wise what we saw in Game 2 from Deer. Is he saying, okay, well, my idea was actually correct.
Yeah.
My execution is what was off. So if I do the same thing again, now this is a tall order against Maru, the 3-time GSL Codex champion, in a row.
In a row.
But Deer, at least so far, the build order, the behavior seems to telegraph that he's pretty confident with what happened in Game 3. He just didn't quite hold the attack off.
Yeah, Game 3 was his game, certainly.
Yeah, it was his game to lose, and he lost it.
Exactly. So I don't doubt it at all that he just like goes in and he's like, well, I'm just going to change this one thing and win the game. Like, that may be the feeling he has. He knows his mines again. This is actually more committed than before. Like, we've got a reactor. There's actually so many mines already. There's like 4.
Yeah, he's going to go for 4. Now this...
And it's fully scouted. There's still a mine. He's still making mines. So we're probably going to see a couple mines on the map as well.
I've seen Maru do this before in other GSLs, but he just masses up. This is my boy Amon. Just masses up. Look at how big he is,
yeah,
man.
The medevac looks so small.
Yeah, man.
This is going to do nothing. I don't know if he's going to shut it down as hard as he did the first time. But like, you can drop him mines out here.
What I was saying was I've seen him do this before where he actually tries to snowball the mines.
Right.
And you run out of Phoenix energy. Okay, so boost has been set. I don't know if he should have picked up on that mine. I think actually Deer just messed up.
Yeah, there's only 3 Phoenix.
3.
Oh my God.
Where's it?
2. Okay, 2 is totally fine. That was looking scary because he only had 3 Phoenixes. So why would you pick the one out on the outside of your base? You know.
Oh, I think he just panicked. Now here's the second thing. So I've seen Maru do this before. It's the second medevac drop that tends to do all the damage.
Oh, but there's a Phoenix here too. I wonder if this was what Deer's planned for. It feels weird that unless he's just trying to pick up this mine. Okay, here we go.
Now he should know from that reactor that this is the build that's coming here. He's going to...
no.
He needs to pick up. He needs to move right now. He sees it. Can he split the probes right?
He split perfect here.
So Maru immediately unburrows. He's going to try to get some more value here.
He is getting some value. He's being a little greedy, though. All 3 mines go off right here. He can pick up this last one, too. That was really greedy. He doesn't have enough energy, though.
Oh!
Oh, no. There was no reason there's 3 probes there.
Well, I mean, I think it's forgivable.
No.
He's killed so many medevacs.
Yeah, 5 probes for that.
There's been more Widow Mines killed than there are medevacs.
Oh my God, there's another medevac coming out.
Got a lot of aim-on shots here. So here comes the 3rd wave. Now you just need one of these waves to really work for this build to then pay off.
Look what he has at home. 1 Marine. Like it's 1 Marine in a bunker. Oh. Oh my God. He can actually sit on the production though. The one thing is that 1 more medevac is out here.
Oh!
Oh, pick it up. Oh, I guess he's at the
It's kind of scary when you have that many Phoenixes low on HP. You know that 1 mine's going to blow up the entire group. So the Colossus is coming out here with Thermal Lance. Here comes that drop now.
Round
Let's see if
4.
Deer reacts.
Oh, no, he didn't react? Oh, there's a lot of probes going down here. What?
Whoa.
4 mines went off, and he only lost 6. That's incredible. That was actually incredible.
Yeah,
and it was kind of a late reaction, too.
That was beautifully done. Maru is trying to smother Deer with mines at this point in time.
Oh my
Here comes
God.
another wave.
This is ridiculous. It's like he's playing a mini game.
Oh, and he didn't even burrow the mines fast enough here.
The only thing I almost wish Deer would just like not worry about.
Pick him up! Pick him up!
Oh,
does he have no energy?
No energy.
Oh. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Okay, here we go. Wave number 4. This is like, oh, hello. He's so greedy.
Oh my God!
I can't believe Maru thought that was gonna work. Oh, one of them's going off.
Only 2 probes.
This is incredible defense. I think altogether he's lost 10 probes, and that had to have been like 5 medevacs worth of full of mines.
I mean, everything is going perfectly for Deer. Granted, I mean, had he lost a few less, but overall, I mean, the factory output has been entirely committed to Widow Mines that are not able to get back home. So, in many cases, they're not even paying for themselves. And we're starting to see Deer pull out with a lead here. It's already apparent in supply. And the fact that even his worker count is actually ahead of the Terran.
Yeah, and he also already has Colossi out, so he should be safe. He's getting charged. Colossi are really, really good against mines in general.
I feel like if he can get 1 or 2 more Colossi out and just do a steady push, he can actually walk right into the main.
It's true.
It's just Widow Mines. There's no tanks. There's no long-range projectile that really penalizes you from aggressing. I guess drops are probably the scariest thing if Deer tries to push out. But I mean, we see the Phoenixes are, well, they're usually at the top center of the map. They're kind of roaming around here. So it seems like Deer is, oh my God.
What is this?
Look at this.
He has full vision of it too. It's still so scary though. Yeah, it's not a very big army though, you're right. It's like a manageable army. But I think Maru actually wants to be the aggressor here. Oh my God, he's doing it. I don't know about this.
Yeah, I think some of those Widow Mines are just not in vision.
Oh.
Okay, a little victory here for Maru.
Yeah, that was not a good choice.
By the way, macro-wise, suddenly Maru's just catapulted ahead. What happened here?
Maru's just so
it's like
good,
143 and suddenly Deer was at 129. I feel like we watched Maru skyrocket up 30 supply.
Yeah, this is one of those games where watching an FPV would be crazy because he's like doing so much and so often. I don't know how to explain it. His APM's crazy.
Well, it's pretty wild, man, because again, I think strategically Deer's been playing better, but it seems like Maru is actually mechanically so fast it doesn't seem to really matter. So the one Phoenix can at least act as a deterrent for the medevac with the mines trying to come in there and do damage.
Yeah, 4 Templar. He's getting both AoE choices, which is very scary if you're a Terran. Storm and Colossi, like one Storm and then the Colossus swipe kills everything. So it's going to be really hard for Maru to make this work.
Okay, here we go. Now this is probably occurring because the Phoenixes were killed off.
Yes. You'd be an absolute madman to be like, oh yeah, there's a ton of Phoenixes. Let me load up my entire army.
Amon's spamming in Twitch chat right now.
One cannon is the dream. You can recall if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could.
He hasn't yet. He might actually lose
he
the
needs to
base.
get to where the forges
Here he
are.
goes.
Oh, what?
Just have like a second army over here.
Yeah, there's just this stagnant army.
Oh no, already losing a base.
Okay, there's actually so much here from Terran. Oh, unless these side storms
he's
get
picking
up.
up Marauders on top of the Colossi. Oh, it's the mines actually.
Oh my God.
Stutter stepping Colossus. Oh my God. What? Look at this juggling. That was crazy.
Okay, another big warping happening over here. It looks like the forge goes down. Ground armor 2 denied. Now he picks up and leaves.
Yeah, but his main base has been ravaged quite badly. Oh, they're stuck. Okay, never mind. StarCraft 2. AI.
Look at this. He goes right back home. I think Deer might try to push out, but this is a really smart move. The moment that the push out could happen, immediately Maru makes a 180, turns around, and starts dropping again. He's trying to keep attention centered around the main here and defending this, because Maru behind this is trying to expand. This is where like that good offense is also a good defense. He's able to come in there, and because Deer is preoccupied trying to put out fires back at home, Maru is expanding and not really having to invest any money in defending it.
Yeah.
He's really in control of this game.
He is.
This, by the way, is off the back of a pretty failed mass Widow Mine drop over and over again. So this is pretty impressive.
Oh no. Oh no, that's this. Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty much the best case scenario for Maru. He doesn't have any Storm here, actually.
Yeah, he decided to change it tech-wise this time around here. And suddenly this army's looking a lot scarier than before.
Yeah, I feel like Deers feels like he needs to push. Like he feels unsafe right now.
Well, you can see he's getting boxed out here. And clearly there's crosshairs for Maru over on that 4th base, the ones that's closest to the Terran spawn.
If Deer had any Storms right now, he'd be in a really good spot.
I don't think there's any way to prevent these Liberators from pushing through here. Literally the entire Protoss army is about to get shot down here with Liberator shots.
That was not a terrible trade. If he had stayed in much longer, it would have been way worse. Zealot run by. This is one way he could possibly come back.
Okay, the fact that Deer is not pulling this army away, I almost feel as though he's kind of given up on some level.
No, he's trying. He's trying. The Zealot, I don't know what the Zealot run by is doing right now, but that's basically his lifeline. If the Zealot run by does nothing, the game's over here.
Well, he's only in the natural. He's not in the main. Usually if it gets into the main, that's where you can start to stop them from taking your zealots out, but it looks like that's going to be cleaned up. And I think this is the death blow.
Yeah, I don't see how he can hold this. This is pretty scary.
Jesus, man, Maru is so good.
Yeah, Maru
this is really kind of crazy. I think Deer made so many strategically, and actually in this game especially early on, tactically brilliant plays, but Maru is just bigger, faster, stronger.
His mechanics are just crazy. Like, while doing all those mine drops, he was taking a third, he was getting his upgrades, his production was coming down. He had more supply while doing nothing with the mine drops, essentially. It's actually insane. I don't think Deer could have done anything better this game.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I look at this and I feel like Deer played, frankly, some of the PVTs of his life, but we're seeing why Maru just keeps winning GSLs and looks like, I think, especially after the series, to be the favorite out of everybody that's here. I mean, look, he's now on 3 bases. I think there's even a chance that Maru can take a 5th if he wants. And Deer is just swamped.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see this is really hard position to be in. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no 4th base here. His upgrades are kind of better right now, but there's really nothing going for him here.
You're just seeing this endless wave of units filling in here as well. As the numbers here for Deer continue to drop. I think this last Colossus is going to go down. And we might just see him tap out. I mean, this is just it.
Yeah, if his economy was just a little bit better, because his trades are not even that bad for him.
GG.
Yeah,
Maru moves on to the Final Four in some of the scariest TVP I've seen. I think Deer actually put up a really good fight, by the way. Like, he actually looked really strong. It's just that Maru is so good.
Deer made all the right choices, realistically.
Yeah.
You just kind of got styled on him, you know? Like, Maru was mechanically just everywhere at once. Even though Deer was making all the good choices.
Well, Maru once again in a Final Four. Can he get all the way to the finals? We're going to have an interview with him momentarily here. He's going to shake Deer's hand, and then we're going to go to the interview. See how he's feeling. All of our GSL Codasses in 2018, Maru won.
Yep.
And I got to say, even
clearly,
though I think
this format favors Maru a lot, right? Because he gets so much time to prepare. And because he lives with Jin Air, he has like people he can pull aside, like SOS or whoever.
Crazy, man. Okay, we're going to go to that interview now. It'll be translated by Brian. Brian, take it away.
All right. Here's the class of a three-peat winner who went to the semifinals. Maru, congratulations. All right, this is your 4th consecutive run in the semifinals. How do you feel? No, prior to arriving here, no, I had the mind. I was determined to just lose, but I didn't know it was going to turn out this way. No, your opponent today was on a 20-win streak in PVT Deer. I think you have given a lot of answers today on PVT. Can you please comment on it? For year 0, if you play conventionally, there's no way for Terran to win versus Protoss, so I kind of bring a different route, and I was able to win. No, your opponent was very good at using Phoenix. How do you feel about it? I never considered the Phoenix build during my game plan. So I kind of got a little bit disrupted in that regard. However, I was able to pull it out in the later mid-game. I think you have a unique way to pull out different timings in all of your games, especially in Port Alexander. After your mine drop was failed, and if things just went as it did, then you would have been in the very underhand position. How were you able to overcome it? No, when I lost both of my mine, I was like, oh damn, I'm in such a bad spot, so I need to figure something out. Figure out a way to overcome this. I think if he didn't do the Templar drop, then I think I would have lost. Know that although you lost, the King's Cove game was also another stellar PVT match. No, what were the most difficult features in terms of Tempest Dark Templar operation later in the end game of Protoss? I think DTs are too potent right now. Even though I had multiple scans, I just still couldn't dispose of all the DTs as soon as possible. So I was very surprised about it.
이겼으니까 마음에 들고
No.
또 팀원들이
I won, so I
짜주고
feel great about it. I'm grateful to my teammates
이런 게
who
바로
helped me game plan
타면서
for today. So
우승자의 클래스라는 것
I thank them for
같습니다.
that. I think
그런데
this
이런
is the class
타면서
of a three-peat
우승자가 오늘
champion.
경기 전 맵비토 때 백동준 선수에게
Prior to the match
너무
today,
사기야 하면서
during
말을
the
먼저
map veto
떼셨어요.
process, you were
이렇게
keep whining to
잘하시는데
Deer about how
밸런스에 대한 부분이
imbalanced
어떤 부분이
PBT
마음에 안
is
드시나요?
favoring the
아,
Protoss.
제가 연습 때
Can you please
너무
comment on the
머리가
racial
아프더라고요.
balance of PBT?
빌드 짜느라
No, while I was
빌드 많이
practicing,
바꾼 것 같아요.
I had a severe headache because I was keep
아직도
losing
어렵네요, 이게.
on and on.
그래도 프로토스가
Despite I
넉넉히
won
좀
today,
돼서
however,
훨씬
I still
수월하진
think it's a
않으세요?
very arduous task for Terrence to beat Protosses.
그거는 그거대로 좋긴 한데 운영은 운영대로 어렵더라고요.
No, I think it's good to play a very
해결법을 못 찾아가지고 그거부터
early
찾아야
aggressive
될것
game.
같아요.
However, when
텍프전
the game
후반
goes to a
운영 아직
stalemate,
과제가
as
있다
both
이야기를
players get half
해주셨는데요.
and half of the
자,
map,
이제
then
4강에
things really go
진출하게
bad for the
됐습니다.
Terran. So now you finally made it to the
상대로
semifinals.
조성우 선수가 올라온다면 진에어 팀킬이 되고
So it will either be a
만약
Jin-Air
정태현
internal
선수가
war
올라온다면
if
멋진
Trap
태태전이 나올 것
Trap
같은데
advances.
조성우 선수는
And it will
어떤
be a
선수를
great
원하시나요?
TBT match if TY advances.
태양형은 떨어졌으면
Who do you want? I really want TY to be eliminated. I really don't want to see him ever.
좋겠다. 그러면 멋진 진에어 팀킬을 그럼
So
볼 수
then-
있을지 저도 궁금해지는데요.
Well, I'll be
자, 그럼
curious
마지막으로
whether we can see a
팬들에게
Jin-Air
한마디
internal
들어보도록
war.
하겠습니다.
Any last words to the fans?
강하게 가게 됐는데
I've
많이
made it to
응원해
the
주셔서
semifinals
감사하고
this season
또
as well.
결승 가도록 하겠습니다.
I'll try my
다시
best and I'll
한번
make it to
4강
the
진출
finals and
축하드립니다.
get another run on the championship. Thank you.
네, 지금까지 4강 진출자
All right.
진에어 조성주 선수
There you have it, the interview.
계속해서 GSL 이벤트
So we've only got one more spot remaining here in the final four. We have another TVP coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to follow that TVP's shoes.
I think so. But let's see what happens. Again, Maru looking like he might be able to take a fourth GSL Code S in a row. By the way, if you are in our audience right now here in the studio, hang on to your tickets. We do have a giveaway at the end of the show. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do not want to miss out on those things. Even I don't get them. I work here.
Yeah.
I have to steal them if I want to bring them home. So definitely stick around for that. We're going to have a short break. When we come back, our second best of 5 in tonight's GSL.
Checking up on all that you do. It's not like I still love you, I know I was right. You be on my mind.